Now another thing you're going to do is that you're going to press the seam allowance in. You're going to press the seam allowance in only up to your roll line. This is my roll line. Remember that this is the roll line and the tape was ½ away from the roll line. Remember that? Because we put the chest piece ½ away from the roll line. Okay? You remember that? Everybody should have the same thing. So what you're going to do is that up to where the roll line is, scissors. You're going to clip the seam allowance. You're going to fold this in, right? Like that. And then up to the roll line. This is your roll line right here. Because the tape is ½ away from the roll line. Okay? So at that point, you clip the facing so that the facing seam allowance at the neck goes up, and down here it goes down. Okay?
Hypothetically, what would happen if your tape was not ½ inch away from the roll line?
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Just do it up to the roll line. Just do it up to the roll line. Now I'm going to show you how to base this, okay? Now, I'm starting here because I want to maintain that in place. Now once you do this, do not press the edge, okay? Now I'm doing this from the right side of the facing, okay? Now watch what I'm going to do. This time you can just pull your pulleys. I'm going to turn it over. I have to keep an eye at the facing on this side to make sure that it's facing over jacket, okay? There's still a lot to be done at the facing edge, so I don't want you to pull the facing back and lose this here, okay? Now, look what's going to happen. As I come down to the waistline, even if you were doing a coat, you would still have to do the same thing, okay? I'm getting to the waist, right? Push the needle in. Now see how this is bubbly? This has to be nice and flat like this. And that's going to happen when we stitch the facing onto the high-mo. Okay? But if we didn't have this here, everything, excuse me, it could just go wrong. Alright? So.
The waistline?
Yeah. Remember, on this side is jacket over facing.
Oh. So you're stitching it the other way.
And don't forget to somehow base your seam allowance here onto the tape, okay? Now, if both fronts are done, you can join the front to the back and to the front. All three pieces could be joined, okay?
½ seam allowance?
Yeah. Okay, now, I'm not going to base all the way to the end because I have to work here, okay? So I'm stopping my basting here. Again, don't press this along the edge. I want you to thread this and go over it again, okay? All right? Just one more. All right? And wait a minute, we're not